The whole point of scary is to beat it into your head. Beat it directly into your head. On Wanderer's head, there's a devil thing going on, but in a different way. Okay, so the whole point is to beat it into your head. You know what I'm saying? Make you go crazy, right? So one of the great crazy ways to do something, right, is to have like a T Zelda thing. So the cape's going to be like a T Zelda thing. Okay? And this is how we do it. We're going to have a black X. We're going to get an X somehow, right? All right? So the way that we'll do this is we'll go to the cape, go all the way to the top. We'll see the X, right? Okay? Then we'll go down below just a little bit. We'll see a creepy looking 1-2 face that can be completed if we go up, right? Now we also have claw, okay? We have claw, right? But what I thought was really crazy is look at this face. 1, 2. Now for the longest time, you've had a blatant picture. The blatant picture you've had is of the deleted picture of Shadow of Colossus's devil. You know, you've had a deleted picture of that, right? This one, though, this is the kind of stuff right here. This is like Mario 64 stuff, okay? So this is what's pretty crazy, right? Now, if you notice, the lowly dirt connects to making, so you can have a 1, 2, 3 try, right? You can have the mouth make another face, right? Make it have 2 faces, right? 2 heads, twin heads, right? So it can have a 1, 2, 3 right there, okay? Have another 1, 2, 3. It's crazy. It's scary. It's awesome. You know, it's awesome. It's scary. Multiple heads, right? Okay. And then, of course, you have a side head. Yes, you do. You have a side head. This is all from this, right? So Pokemon ZA2, you see, that's why I was talking about the X, but Y, right? ZA. Okay. So there's a whole thing going on there that's on the top of the cape, right? But now, watch this, okay? So we went into all that, right? Look at this. Ray. The cape is going to have a scythe, a Ray scythe. You know, she has a scythe, right? So why does X have a scythe? Well, X has a scythe due to, you know, she got to do some crazy things with that scythe, but scythe will be a leg. You know what I'm saying? That's why her legs, that's why she, in the cutscene of the game, she's walking around, right? So it's an easy way to getting into Ray, perhaps even Flea. Some ideas, Flea, who knows, right? The scythe is the crazy one, though, right? So this is on the shoulder, and you will see this, right? We have music notes from Skyward Sword, right? We have all kinds of scary things, right? Okay, that's the point, right? Now, look at this sad face, and look at this as about to be kicked in the head, right? See that 1, 2, 3? That 1, 2, 3 will be by the arm, to the left of the arm. And there'll be 2 3s for VV, which is vengeance, right? And that is why you have these crazy design characters in Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance, right? Yeah. Okay, so now, if you've paid attention to his arm, and you notice up to his shoulder area, you'll notice that we've got another pointer. So we're always looking for the pointers, the default pointers, right? It is pretty crazy that we can take his cursed hand and arm, right? His hand and arm. And this is where it gets pretty crazy too. This is a very crazy picture. These are one of these crazy pictures, right? We can get the whole melons idea up above, right? The whole idea why in Splatoon you have your headset, you know, the headset that you can put on your Splatoon character, right? And now if we look at the hand, the more we get into this, just the more evil it gets. So his hand being like a foot, you know, because this is exactly what your foot would look like, depending on what kind of things you do in life. Your foot can look like this, right? So his hand is looking like a foot, right? And if you notice and you turn it around, you got a side. You got a whole entire side thing going on. This is why Uni's leg is like this, okay? Because a hand grabbing Uni's leg. Get it? Get the whole creepy message, right? So like Wanderer's hand grabbing Uni's leg, right? See, get the whole entire idea behind it, right? Get into it, get to what's going on of it, okay? And then this is all this is some stuff. The rest is kind of confusing to me. I don't really know if anything's really going on with the wristband thing. But what do you want to say? Like in an adult scene, right? They wear wristbands, all kinds of stuff, right? Right. So there's that. Okay, and normally is the point. See 7. We see the 7 below the elbow. So below Wanderer's elbow that we can see, is the whole entire 7 thing, which is from Fantasio. The Fantasio stuff, right? Okay. All right. And this gets to this point. It almost gets just to this point, though. But you see, that's what's crazy, that they're even showing his hand. Because when you look at his thighs, right? His thighs tell a story, a sexual story, right? Sexual story. His big wide thigh thing, right? So let's talk about a story of like legs, right? And the braces are hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not bad. A tiny little eye on his foot, his right foot. Yeah, a tiny little dot. It's like, okay. Looks more like I'm looking at a vagina, because there's the other thing that's to the left of it. It looks like I'm looking like some kind of vagina kind of thing for his foot or whatever this is going on with this, right? Now, turning it over is the best part, though. That really is the best part. Turning it over, it looks so odd looking, It looks like something with 2 little legs, right? So let's turn it over. This is his foot, okay? So we're turning over his foot just to look at what this is. And that, holy crap with this, right? This is this BP kind of nonsense thing. So there's a whole idea to look for the BP stuff, right? And this is all like, if you want to, you're just looking to the right of the leg. We're not going to get into technical terms. If you turn around the thing, that crap, right? We're not getting into that. Go to the left of his other foot. What you will notice to the left to the other foot is this is the idea of looking for shorts and looking for legs, right? And there's a whole entire idea for looking for this, and it's to look at the tip boobs, like the tip boobs, but also we're going to have some kind of elongated thing going on, right? So elongated is a thing that we will have going on, right? And we're going to go into this elongated thing, okay? And this is how we're going to get into another pair of legs, right? Pokemon ZA is pretty crazy. So Z, that you can use Z and 7, because of Fantasia, right? You can use these to make these things. And this is what's really insane, is like through Wind Waker, when you were playing Zelda Wind Waker and you were fighting the slimes, right? But like any creepy thing, right? This is the way you've wanted to fight the slimes. You've wanted to see the slimes with like a mouth like this, where they look very scary looking, right? So that's the whole point to Wind Waker, okay? And turning it over. Yes, turning over to get the other foot. Okay, so, right, we'll turn it over, right? This is all around his heel area, right? Okay, so we'll turn it around. Right? It's trying to show us like how females ride dicks and all that, whatever. This is going to be like, remember, we have a lot of characters. We have artworks. We have like that big leg character. The character has a big leg, but has like up above like the tiny skinny leg, but has like the, we got the boots with the fur song going on, right? Okay, so we got the. We got a lot of crazy things that go on with that, right? Getting into the boots with the fur song, you know what I'm saying? Getting into the boots with the fur, right? This is why I say braces can be hit or miss sometimes, because sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not, sometimes they are. That is so nasty of uni, by the way. So by the hand, this is this is what I was meaning. Wanderer's hand is like a sex hand. It's like a sex kind of hand thing, right? And uni is doing this thing. Now, we have a lot of characters that have long hair too, right? So that's going to be a crazy thing, right? We have Shantae, we have all kinds of things going on, right? But if we take away, because we're going to do the V for vengeance, right? For this brace that is on his left leg, okay? That's all the way up near the knee area, right? We're going to cut in half the V, and we're going to get uni. And uni is looking like Ray right now, okay? Looking like the darkness kind of stuff, right? But here's the crazy thing. The legs are up, right? See what I'm saying? It's showing the angle from the legs are up. But what's so nasty about uni is that it's going to be a slow. So this is a slow. Slow is very scary. So it's going to be a slow, okay? It looks like, of course, a foot and a mouth, which that's why I want to find these creepy creatures, right? This looks exactly like a foot in the mouth, right? And the whole entire idea of finding this stuff is talking about skin, talking about veins, talking about being connected, right? Talking about being trapped, that kind of thing, right? And the V for vengeance, okay, so it's always going to be like the VV thing, right? This is showing how V can make another V to make the legs, right? And then the part where it gets creepy is we're looking at this hand, right? But below this hand is nasty, because this is a try. See what I'm saying? This is like a nasty try. So this is kind of the idea of why the curiosity gets going, right? Now, uni looking like a sex mite, really messed up stuff, looking like a sex mite, maybe even looking like... I don't know, maybe stress cotton. I don't know if it's stress cotton also, but that's going to be like another topic for another time, blah, 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 Now, if we've paid attention to all of this near the hand, right, we're still going to have this sharp foot. See, we're going to have a sharp kind of foot, idea going on here also. So we have to have sharp foot because Ray's around here, right? So that's the whole thing by Ray, getting stabbed in the head, right? That is a good 1, 2, 3 that is down there. We'll use code 13 for that. But that is the whole idea, that we are looking for these Mario 64 stuff, right? So this is down by the brace, right? And another thing too is it kind of has a little tail thing going on. So that's pretty crazy, right? But remember, grabbing that thigh, right? Because you can also have claw, right? So the whole point of claw is disturbing because, okay, so first of all, I tell you about claw, right? Because that's the thing I'm going to tell you about claw. But yes, your feet are claws too, right? So if you paid attention closely to my videos, we've been on the whole entire lizard stuff. You know what I'm saying? We've been on this crazy lizard thing, right? The thing about it too is X, this is like the most beautiful way to view X. And if you notice, my play button's trying to block it out, but it's like a pair of legs and you see this V for vengeance kind of thing going on that goes us back to this. This is how we get Ray easily, right? This is why our words, the titles of our video games have V's and W's, right? This is why we have a wrestling company that's WWE, okay? Right? We have a bunch of crazy things that are going on, right? This is how you get that very good wrestling game that comes out, right? And here's something we got to talk about too, okay? Remember, Famito's game is going to have his new character have a certain detail to him, which is a very crazy detail, right? You've seen the character idea. We don't know what kind of gender yet, so we're gonna have to work on that, right? But like the kind of detail that this character is going to have, right? Okay, so that's the whole point of this whole cape thing that's going on right here. Okay. Also, okay, because we flip the camera to the side, right? We're having a BP mouth, So BP mouth makes sense to me. That's why this thing looks so disturbing. Now, if you flip it over, I really do like this 1, 2, 3. Even though I need to probably find some more 1, 2, 3s, that's a pretty good 1, 2, 3. It's excited. Its face looks really odd. This is what I meant. This is what I meant. I meant like this stuff gets scary and it gets scary and it just gets scary, right? So this is kind of like the idea of what I'm looking for. When I'm looking for 1, 2, 3 tries, right? I'm looking for them because that's what the whole thing of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Mario 64, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So that was the whole idea to look for stuff like that, okay? And then here's mouth boob, right? So, sucking on tits. Yes, sucking on tits is a very unfortunate event, right? So there is the unfortunate event of sucking on boobs, right? There you go. Milk bar, right? In Zelda, Ocarina of Time, right? Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask has the bar, but like the milk is in Ocarina of Time, right? Okay, all right. Lon, right? Lon milk, right? Okay, LON. And then gotta get in our console N somehow, right? And looking at that, that's the funny thing. Like this face looks like this boob face thing that you have to turn the camera around to see this boob face thing. But the crazy thing about this thing, of course, it's gonna have Ray right next to it too. Whatever with the Ray crap. There's this ZX Ray crap that's evil, completely evil. Because you're gonna die to getting stabbed in the feet stabbing into your head, right? You're gonna be fighting this kind of thing. The thing is that we have a box art for a game called Side Order, okay? So Splatoon wanted to make the game they have Cypher in it. They have all kinds of crazy things in Side Order, but they wanted to make a character on the box art. And the reason that we keep having leaning over, like your neck's leaning over and all that, is there's a certain kind of character that I'm looking for in Shadow of the Colossus, okay? So that's the reason you see kind of things like this, okay? And it's so messed up that he even has like this 1, 2, 3 thing going near his shoulder of his shirt, and he's having a 1, 2, 3 uni thing right here. But that's how they move. That's the movement of them. So I don't even know what the heck to think about that. Like a creature moving around that's basically out of the mouth, right? Like a creature spit out of the mouth that's moving around, right? So that was the whole sex mite kind of thing going on. I think that's it. Is that it? Has anybody ever tried to put the sex mite in their mouth? I have no idea what the heck that's about, right? That's right. That's the kind of thing too, right? See, this is why they want us to turn over the camera too, by the way. They want us to turn over the camera due to this 1, 2, 3, which that is a good 1, 2, 3 on his foot. That's why these small dots, these tiny stuff, the tiny stuff is crazy. There's a whole idea of looking into the tiny stuff. Because, this was called vagina foot because also X's vagina, when you look at X's vagina. And then X's vagina being like a pair of boobs kind of thing, right? So this is showing you how you can make 2 different kinds of faces, right? 3 if you want to just flip it over kind of thing, right? So this is all on his right foot, okay? And we even have a little good old but why Mobius. Good old but why Mobius that's to the right of the sword holder. So this is like the idea of switching the camera over. And I like how the creatures move because the creatures, they do not move. Like they are very disturbing creatures. So that's the whole idea that they have good old Mobius. But why? It's because the creatures, they move in such a weird way. They have short legs, they have long legs, they move in different ways, right? So they're talking about 2 secrets, okay? See what I'm saying? They're being really confusing right now. They're talking about how there's short legs and then there's long legs, right? Now, the whole, that's the whole premise of his right knee being like a sexual leg, like a whole entire kind of sexual leg thing. But if you notice that Wander loves to do with his leg is he likes to mirror a flea, you know what I'm saying? Because when his legs are moving around, so he likes to mirror the idea of how the shape of a leg of a flea, because when you look at the shape of a microscopic flea, it has a human-like leg, right? So that's the reason his shape. That's why he rolls around, jumps around, and does all this crazy stuff, right? Okay, and then, it gets to that kind of a creepy point, right? Hey, if you go to his brace, right, this is BP being a foot, Okay, so an eye foot, like the eye is a foot, and that's the whole little creepy BP thing that is going on. I'm trying to research BP the best I can, right? But you got to think about who laughs at you. Now we're getting creepy, right? Who laughs at you? Mew. Mew is a Pokemon movie, and it laughs at you. So, what is my whole point of finding this very scary stuff? There's a big point to finding it.